Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Tantan the Man, and then I'm back again with another video. This one's a pretty special one for you guys. This one is a couple of Wi-Fi battles on Pokémon Showdown, and the first one coming up here is going to be an awesome Garchomp Sweep. I sweep one of my friends single-handedly with the Garchomp. Yeah, it's a pretty fun battle. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Alright guys, so starting things off with the Garchomp Sweep, I just immediately stored stance when he switches out, and I just go for the Outrage. And I just keep going for the Outrage since my attack is just incredibly buffed right now. I do have the Confusion up, and I'm worried about the Lapras, so I Dynamax, and I go for the Max Quake. Doesn't seem to defeat it right away, but my special defense gets buffed, and that's why I'm able to take out his Ice type moves. Go for one more Fire type Dynamax move, and I finish it off, and I go for the Earthquake on the Manitan, and yeah, pretty well. Then I go for the Outrage, super effective on Como-O, and his final Pokemon Cresselia is what I'm worried about, because I think it does a Move Blast. Yeah, it did, and I was able to take that out too, which I was really surprised about. And then I finished off with the Outrage, and yeah, that was the Garchomp Sweep. And next battle coming up here is gonna be one of a random Wi-Fi battle actually, and yeah. So I started with the Reshiram, just going for a couple moves like Blue Flare. Behemoth's pretty good at tanking out some special attack moves, so it took quite a bit of time, but eventually I beat it. Sudowoodo was kind of scary because of its rock typing, so I Dynamax, and then I went for the Max Quake. It managed to tank it out, which I was surprised at, and I was also surprised at taking out the Earthquake from Sudowoodo, but I did it, and yeah. And then the Kyurem came out, and I was pretty much scared, and I was super surprised when I tanked it out at 2% health. I was just like laughing at that point, man. But yeah, he sends out the Chandelure, and I don't really know what to do now. I just go for the Palkia since I do have the type advantage with the water. He does have some pretty powerful special attack, and he gets me to half, but I get him with the Hydro Pump. He sends out a Weezing. I go for another Hydro Pump, I have him, and he goes to Sludge Bomb. I'm taking out his attacks right now, but yeah, end up getting him with the Hydro Pump and finishing off the Weezing. Finally, we have the Berserker Dynamaxed, and we go for the Fire Blast. It does have insanely high special defense, and it manages to defeat our Palkia. So we send back our Reshiram, then realizing that the spikes are down, send back out Galvantulum, doing some pretty good chip damage on the Berserker with his Electric type moves, so yeah. And eventually we are able to defeat it with one last Thunder, and that's the end. The next battle is actually one of my normal teams that I use on OU, and yeah. So yeah, I start off with Quagsire. I try to get the Toxic off, but end up not doing that well. Sends out a Raichu. He sends out his Gigalith. Wasn't expecting that, and I went for the Thunder. So I just started going for the Psychic, and I thought I actually had Levitate, but I forgot about that. So I go for the Ice Beam on the Gigalith. Now I have a huge disadvantage. It went for the Explosion, but I go for the Dragon Bolt. I'm not giving up on this battle just yet. Go for the Thunderbolt. My Dragon Bolt is insanely high special attack, so it one-taps that. Also have Scald, but the Ninetales has incredible special defense, so it manages to take out that hit. He goes for the Mimikyu, which is pretty much just scaring me at this point because it's fairy typing, but I do have a Steel type with Bisharp, and I try to get it, but it just play roughs, and I am not able to defeat it. Finally, send out my Dragon Bolt with the Disguise, trying to get out the Disguise. It manages to KO that too. My last hope is Cinder Ace with the Pyro Ball, so I just honestly just spam Pyro Ball and Acrobatics that one time. But yeah, now I'm just spamming like my strongest moves, you know, High Jump, Kick, all these things, so that I can win this battle. Thankfully, Cinder Ace is an incredibly fast Pokemon, and its attack stat is incredible too. And I managed to one-tap the Toxtricity and one-tap the Excadrill too, and that was the end of the battle. So yeah, it was a pretty good one. You know, the guy was versing me, we were going back and forth, you know, joking around. It was a pretty fun battle. The guy was a good sport about it. So the next battle is actually another one of the same team that I just used in the last one with my OU team. And this time I start off with the Dragapult. He goes off with the Quagsire. I go for the U-turn because Quagsire might have an Ice type move, you know, you never know. And I go for Rotom. And actually, that was the opposite. He goes for the Rotom. I just messed up. So, yeah, that's my Dragon Ball. He missed. I go for the Draco Meteor on his Rotom. You know, 0.5 times special attack. Not doing so great. He goes for his Dragon Ball. I think I tried to wing it. I'm not sure. No, I don't. Because I'm not sure if the Dragon Ball is faster than mine. It goes for the Draco Meteor. I'm immune, so that was a pretty good move on my part. He switches out to Tyranitar. I was not expecting that, actually. I went for the Dark Pulse. Not doing that much damage. The Moonblast, it was super effective, but it didn't do that much damage. And he just Stone Edges, one taps, and at this point I was like, oh god, okay. So I have to take out the Tyranitar. So I did that with the Quagsire. He sends out his Aegislash. And now I'm worried because he Toxics my Quagsire. And now, you know, in a matter of moves, my Quagsire is dead. So I have to think of something. And I end up going for the Earthquake and KOing the Aegislash. Thankfully, he sends out his Dragon Ball U-turns, and I accidentally Toxic the Rotom again. So this guy playing pretty smart, actually. And yeah. So my Quagsire is almost dead. He goes with U-turn, takes out the Quagsire, and sends out his Zeraora. I go for my Raichu, and he gets me at 1% health. And at this point, I am just so worried right now. You know, man, I don't know what to do. Go for the Bisharp. He goes for the Plasma Fist. I tank it out. I managed to tank it out, and I go for the Throw Chop and take out the Zeraora. Thankfully, we got it. He got his U-turn on my Bisharp. I managed to tank out the Rock type move, and I go for the Scald, which does a lot of good damage. And I thankfully go for the Draco Meteor. He was not expecting that. I wanted to do that because I felt like he was going to switch to Dragon Ball, and it worked. I go for that Shadow Ball, and finally we outspeed the Darmanitan. Actually, we don't outspeed the Darmanitan, but we tank it out and we go for a Scald and finish off the battle. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, comment down below on what other ideas you have for, you know, Pokemon videos, Overwatch, Fortnite. You know, I have like so many more games that I want to play and, you know, play for you guys. So, you know, subscribe. Make sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with the channel, and thanks so much for watching.